Hello all and welcome to this session on Statistics 1 for the discussion of assignments. So we'll start with question number 1. Uh, it's a multi-part question. The Education Minister wants to know the status of campus placements of BTech students in different engineering colleges. Um, an analyst did the survey on the randomly selected 4 IITs of India and analyzed the status of campus placements based on the information given. Answer the questions 1, 2 and 3. Question number 1 is identify the samples and population. So here, uh, since the population will be a broader part, that means population will cover all the BTech students in all the BTech student colleges in different engineering. Um, uh, it will cover all the BTech students in different engineering colleges of India, and the sample would be the randomly selected 4 IITs of India. So we'll have to narrow down to one option by reading all the options. That the first option is the sample consists of all the engineering institutes of India and population consists of randomly selected. This cannot be the case as it violates our uh, population and sample definition. The sample consists of IITs of India and the population consists of Engineering Institute of India. Here it's not talking about the 4 institutes, so this is also not the case. The sample, so now the third part, the sample consists of all IITs of India and population consists of randomly selected 4 IITs of India. This is not the case. And finally, the fourth part, the sample consists of 4 randomly selected IITs of India and population consists of all the engineering institutes of India. So yes, this would be our answer. So answer for this would be the last part, D. Second question is a report given by an analyst to the education minister about the status of campus placement states that the campus placement of BTech students is 95% in different engineering institutes of India. The given statement of analyst is based on which kind of statistical analysis? So clearly when we are analyzing our results based on um, the sample that we have collected, the sample that we have taken into consideration, uh, it will be inferential statistics. Now, the third part is the conclusion of the study made by the analyst on the basis of chosen sample reliable. So, I would I would say this is not reliable because it is only considering IITs, 4 IITs, and all other engineering institutes are not considered. So, yes, this cannot be considered as reliable. So, answer would be no. The data of 5 different types of fertilizers used by farmers of a village is tabulated. Now, the thing here to be noted it is tabulated. Okay, we'll talk about it later. Based on the information given, answer the following questions 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So, this is a tabular data that we are given here. It consists of different attributes, that is fertilizers, type of fertilizers, uh, area of fields, type of crops, and amount of fertilizers. Um, Now let's go to question number 4 and see what this question is asking. Which of the following statements is are true? Uh, Inorganic is a case and type of fertilizer is a variable. See here, fertilizers, type of fertilizers, area of fields, type of crops, amount of fertilizers, all these are variables, right? And when we talk about the values that they hold, these are different types of cases. So inorganic is a case, yes, it's a case, and type of fertilizers is a variable. So option 1 is correct. Rice is a case. See, type of crops, it's a variable. It store different types of values, and rice is one of the cases. Manure is a case. Amount of fertilizers is a variable. Yes, it's a variable. It's a it's a quantitative variable. So yeah, it's a variable. And nitrogen is a variable. No, nitrogen is not a variable. It's a case. It's a case for fertilizers. Fertilizer is a variable and nitrogen is one of its case. So it's not a variable. Fifth question is what is the scale of measurement of type of crops? See, type of crops, as it's quite evident that this is a nominal kind of scale. Why do I say so? Because in ordinal we have a definite order, in interval we have fixed intervals, and in ratio we have a fixed quantity that has a zero. So out of all the options, nominal scale is the correct answer. What kind of variable is area of fields? More than one option can be correct. So area of field, first of all, this is a numerical data. Now, second thing is it has value 1, 1.2, 1.4 and kind of like this value. So it's a numerical data. Undoubtedly, it's a numerical data. It's a continuous data. Now, why do I say so? It's not a categorical data, not a discrete data. See, discrete data has to be exact like 1 or 2, 3, or the amount of items that you have purchased from a shop, and it can be 10, it can be 100, but it has to be fixed. But continuous variable, it changes over time. For a fixed amount of time it changes. So if I talk about 1 to 2, there can be n number of values for a area of field. It can be 1.1222, 1.456, 1.656. So there can be pretty much infinity number of uh, numbers between 1 and 2. So this would be a continuous type of variable, and other one would be numerical. What is the scale of measurement of amount of fertilizers? Now, amount of fertilizers, this is clearly numerical value. So let's see the options. Uh, Ordinal scale, nominal scale, interval scale, and ratio scale. Um, this would be a ratio scale because if we talk about amount of fertilizers, it's in kgs. So, so basically, what does it imply? It's in kgs, right? So its true zero will be will be a zero. It will be a zero. So if by that we mean that if it's 200 kgs, then it is 200 kgs. It cannot be something different in some other scale. It will be 200 kgs. And when it will be nothing, it will be 0 kg. So the point being that for a ratio scale, it has to be a true zero. So it's a true zero. It's not an interval scale, not a nominal scale, and not an ordinal scale also. If it would have been a multiple choice question, then yes, ordinal scale could have been taken into consideration, but since there's only one option correct in this question, so it's a ratio scale. In the given data, 1.1 G, that's the table that we are talking about above, it's structured or unstructured. See, uh, before starting this question, I deliberately told you to keep this in mind that it's a tabulated data, and all the variables, they have been tabulated properly, so it's a structured data. The data of Netflix subscribers at the end of year 2020 across different Asian countries is recorded. Based on this, choose the correct option. It is time series data, it's a cross-sectional data. See, for time series data, for a data to be a time series data, it has to be between one starting point and one end point. Here in this case, there is only a endpoint at the end of the year 2020. Now, when there is only a single point data, when there is only a single point data, it has to be a cross-sectional data. So the answer for this will be it's a cross-sectional data. Now coming to the 10th question, choose the incorrect statements. So stock price of Titan is numeric and continuous variable. Yes, stock prices, they are numeric in nature and they are continuous. It can attain pretty much infinite level of um, numbers in of for a fixed amount of time. So yes, this is correct, but since we are supposed to choose the incorrect statement, so we can't choose this. Number of assignments submitted by a student has an interval scale of measurement. No, uh, this would be ratio. Why ratio? Because it can be one, it can be two, it can be the amount of assignments that he has been asked for, it can be anything other than interval. So it can be zero. It has a true zero. Suppose he's not willing to give up any assignment, so it would be zero. So this statement is wrong, and according to our question, it will be selected as an answer. So this is um, stock. The first option was true. but we are supposed to only select the incorrect statement. So I have deliberately crossed this out. Number of assignments submitted is an interval. No, it's a false. So yes, we select this. Soccer position, that means defender, midfielder, forward, has an ordinal scale of measurement. This is true. Why do I say so? Because in a soccer field, there's a um, I don't know if I've drawn this correct, but uh, concept wise, if this is my goal post, then I have defenders, then I have midfielders, then I have forward. So this would be ordinal. So first defenders, then midfielders, then forward players. And the education level of a person has a nominal scale of measurement. False, because nominal, by nominal we mean that it has categories. So education level of a person, um, if at all there is an education level of a person, then he's 10th pass, 12th pass, diploma holder, degree holder. So there is an order. So this is also false, and then this is incorrect. So option B and D, this would be answers. So yeah, perhaps that was it for today. Thank you.